Ugh, I just ugh. All right, somebody one
So
made a note. Anybody that you see who's got
we're
like
gonna
who
have to
has
come
like
back and talk
intentionally
about Discord later.
yeah. We'll see what actually happens with Discord. So
um, but right now, let's talk about this bullshit.
yeah. Someone once said that anybody who has intentionally shaved eyebrows like this, they're probably a problem.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, this is some streamer, right? And she got a voice acting job to do at Blizzard. Okay, and then she voice acted. So Overwatch is going through an overhaul, um, because Overwatch has realized that they actually have competition. Um, Steam charts, and they have to actually pull their head out of their asses now and do something. And by all metrics, I think they fucking did it for a second, or at least it looks like they've done something.
Mhm.
So because this, when I last looked at it, it was under the 100,000 mark.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
and granted, they do have a lot of their players are on Battle Network, which
Mm.
you can't actually measure, but they did finally. Blizzard has been di- divesting interesting divert anyway, they've been putting their shit on Steam lately, right? Anyway, putting their stuff on Steam, so we actually have charts for them, so they're not as big as normally as they would be on Battle.net. um but yeah,
It's
they
not bad
did
numbers.
shoot up quite a bit with this
Mhm.
new update because they added 5 new heroes. One of
Yep.
them happens to be a cat named Jetpack Cat, and that's usually the one and only reason for everybody to go and try this thing now.
I totally would
Because
try this game because I could play
cat,
as a cat.
but listen, the cat bops you and sends you flying. How could you not like that?
I love
Um,
that.
absolutely. I saw that and was just like, I don't play Overwatch, but if I did, that cat. I want to pet the cat. I want to be the cat. I'm going to play the cat. It's like Jeff. Like, that is their Jeff right now for Marvel Rivals. Um, anyway, and then you have this bitch. And I'm like, you're going to fucking ruin this shit, aren't you?
Yes. Yes, she is.
All right. She comes out.
I'm Fariha, and I voice Anran in Overwatch. 大家朋友们好，我是 Fariha，我是安然的英语配音演员。I'm gonna be so honest. I'm nervous about this video because I didn't want to not address the elephant.
Yeah, yeah, she's nervous, which is why we've turned off replies because everybody told her to get the fuck out. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so TLDR, she doesn't like the fact that the character that she voices looks good, so they need her to be uglified
Yeah. Well, they
because
want her
Blizzard
to
is
have
known for uglifying shit
I
to
mean,
make them not look as good.
yeah, well, they want her to be more, have a more, uh, Asian and also an angrier face, like a harsher expression. Because she was
Yeah,
like, "Oh, she looks too soft, she looks too sweet, and she's this kind of character and that kind of character and blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "That's fine. You can feel that way. Also, you're the voice actress. Shut up." Like, yeah, so, like, this
yeah.
character yeah, she looks a little a little cutesy. She's a little bit kawaii. So, like, okay, if
Anyway,
you don't like it, I get it, but
so apparently they folded because
yeah,
Blizzard is literally ran by activists at this
yeah.
point. Which is why Blizzard doesn't do as good as it used to. Like, it used to look at itself and go, "We have over 20 million people playing this game,"
Mhm.
and now it looks at it and goes, "We've got 1 million people playing this game," because they brought in all these activists, and that's how they lost everything.
They didn't have them
Anyway,
show them their Steam Deck, man,
luckily for
or their
them,
Steam chart, their Steam
luckily
account.
luckily for them, now they have like 3 games, right?
Mhm.
So 3 or 4 games instead of just one, but still, the numbers just aren't there. So she's upset because apparently the character looked too good, and she had a virtue signal. and everybody told her to go pound sand, but Blizzard, full of activists, were like, okay, we're gonna see if we can fix it. I don't know if they did or not.
No, they haven't done it yet. They said that it wasn't in time to roll to do with the new patch,
Yeah,
with the new edition, but
and
what
right
they're gonna
now
patch it
their
in later on.
numbers looking decent on Steam. Of course,
Mhm.
they definitely got that bump. There you can see the bump. So
Yeah.
they definitely grabbed the bump.
See, the thing is that I think that you should never, reward this kind of behavior, though. That's the problem that I have, because the
Yeah,
thing is that I concur. I think that her character doesn't look she looks a little cute, she's a little soft looking. Okay, fine, and if they already released something where she was a little bit more aggressive looking, that's fine too. You don't do this for a company that you work for. Just like that employee at Ubisoft that we don't really feel that sorry for because he got fired for talking bad about the company. Same thing. You don't
yeah.
go out here and flame the company that just hired you. You will never work for us again. Goodbye.
Like if she came out and I was in charge, luckily I'm not in charge, but if I was, I would have looked at that and said, okay, so all those audio files we got for that, scrub them now.
Mhm.
Get us a new voice actor.
Yeah.
Get her in here. Get her to do the recordings. We'll pay her too.
Mhm.
Pay what's her face, whatever it is we owe her
Yeah.
for what she did. She's done. Put a blacklister. Never have her again.
Yeah.
If it was me in charge,
Yeah.
because you don't do that shit.
Yeah, you
That is
don't
like
get
disrespectful on so many different levels. It's like, you have a job to do, you do your job. You don't come in here and then tell us how we're supposed to do our job because you don't like how it looks.
yeah.
And it reminds me of the Dead by Daylight monster, which I don't think they ever did anything with.
Yeah.
But that
Trans
one
one.
chick or guy or whoever it was who was causing a kerfuffle over that because they voiced it, right? And I
Mhm.
guess he's really a she or she's really a he. They're a trans in some way, shape, or form. I
Mhm.
don't know. But the monstrosity they voiced happened to be a monstrosity, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So he or she was upset about it
Mhm.
and said, "Oh my gosh, why would they do that? It's because I'm trans, isn't it?" And all this other bullshit. And it's like, because she talked about how apparently I guess they hadn't finished the design or something at the time when they were voicing it, or she was voicing it, or whoever was voicing it and stuff, and getting all up in arms over it. And it's like, what is the game you are voice acting for? A horror game where
Mhm.
there are monstrosities. Like my favorite one is just literally like, it's called The Dredge, and it's practically a bunch of shadows on top of each other. What were you expecting? I mean, there's puppets because they've got that one thing, and you've got Michael Myers, and
Mhm.
uh, but anyway, it reminded me of that,
Yeah.
and
Well,
it's
okay,
just
so here's my thing, Taggin, because Taggin's like, she came out late
uh,
with her statements, and then scrubbing it after that would have probably been a bigger PR disaster for Blizzard because it would be like, "Look how Blizzard treats employees and fans of their games and characters." I
yeah,
disagree.
they
Well, okay,
should do
maybe
that. That
I
should
would
be like
say
a signal to anyone else who
yeah,
works for them. Disrespect us after we have paid you for a job, we will not work with you again. You
yeah.
don't do that shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. Behavior that gets rewarded gets repeated. Her behavior was specifically what you don't want. You don't want someone coming out and talking crap about your product after they worked with you. Like you just don't. Like if after you just gave them money. Yes, removing her entirely and redoing her voice just would be a signal to people who actually care about games. It would be a bad signal to the wokies, but the wokies
They
don't
don't
matter.
buy it anyway.
Yeah. The wokes would be mad, but, they shouldn't matter because the main gamers are not wokes. So, that's my feeling on it. That's why I'm just like it's very frustrating that they gave in to her. Not because I think that she's wrong, actually, I think that she's kind of right when I looked at the animated version that they came out with. She was uglier. She also had, like, more harsher features because she was supposed to be, like, that kind of character. But she's like, "Oh, I came in and I had to mourn this character." Like, if you've seen that entire video, my god, it is so insufferable. it is just this very sad, whiny nonsense, and it's just obnoxious. Like,
Uh,
I concur with the assessment that people made when they were like, "This isn't the character that you guys first released," because they released her in a different medium of some kind. I don't remember if it was a short or something like that, but you had, like, a
yeah, I think
different
it was like
design that was
just a short video or something, and
yeah,
people
it
were
was, and it
upset.
her face was more angular, it was a stronger face. This is soft and cute, it's Cupid doll.
Yeah.
And they're like, "This isn't what we wanted," and that's fine, you can say that, but if you work for the company, you shut up, like, that that's just
Yeah,
how it goes,
it's
like,
like,
we
you don't do that.
yeah, I
You know,
I don't want
if
you doing that, I don't want anybody coming after you and doing that, I don't want you no, this is
if
not a
there were
thing.
fans, then that's fine, but I mean, heck, even the fans
Mhm,
weren't really on this woman's side. That's why she wound up blocking her replies.
yeah,
It was just one of those weird things because usually Overwatch fans are like, there's not a lot of them. Don't get me
mhm,
wrong, um, but they are kind of like that activisty lefty bent. But
mhm,
also, apparently, they were walking around with some kind of GIF like thing, some kind of video, and complaining because apparently all the women who are, you know, more petite in size or something, smaller than
mhm,
the other ones, I guess, according to them, they all have the exact same face. So
maybe.
what they would do is they would remove the head portion here and like the
Mhm,
eyes,
mhm,
and then start sliding everybody else onto it, like Diva and all the other characters and stuff.
mhm.
And it looked so weird, right? Like, I don't play Overwatch, so it's not like I see these characters every day, but it always looks so weird every time they laid somebody else's features on top of hers.
Mhm.
And I was just like, there's no way that, because they look off,
Mm.
because they're different.
Yeah.
But they're gaslighting everybody into believing that they're all the same face, and Blizzard's just lazy.
Yeah. Well, it's like saying
Right?
all anime characters look the same. I'm
Because
like,
finally somebody had put under it and had like three of them side
"Mhm,
by side in the same face, in the same pose or whatnot.
mhm."
And was like, yeah, or when you see it kind of deal. And I'm looking at it and was like, are we saying that all black people look like each other? Because I feel like that's what we're doing here. Like all Asians look alike or something. Because clearly her mouth and her mouth and her mouth are way different from each other and their eyes are different. Now I can see because these two have like the same eye makeup right here in the corner that you
Mhm.
can maybe catch a little bit of similarity there because they did that, but even their eyebrows are slightly different. Like, are we really looking at these character models and saying all these white women look the same because we don't know how white women look different or something? Like, I don't know. But it
Well
felt like they were just saying all black people look the same or all Asians look the same when they did it.
well,
Because they do have noticeable differences.
the
Like,
thing is that there's a definite style that they go with, and the style will cause a similarity in the look of these other characters. And like I said,
eh,
I concur that this character right here does not quite look like the other one that they had at first. Um, I do think that she's cuter, and I think that they probably could, like, make her eyes probably a little bit smaller, but that doesn't mean that she couldn't be hot still. Like, you could still make a hot character, you just have to kind of, like, lean into the angles and actually work with that and make it more sultry, which is fine. You can it's not that hard to do. But they didn't. My only thing is, like, this is not what I would want from VAs, and this is why when they get replaced by AI, nobody will mourn their loss because they are insufferable. Like, I don't want people to be replaced by machines, but at this point, you guys are so substandard. You are such a harm to every industry that you're in that we're like, "Yeah, we'll take the toasters. It's fine." We know that they're gonna kill us all eventually. They're gonna cancel the alert that's gonna save our lives or whatever, but it doesn't matter at this point. You guys are terrible.
they they make the argument for AI all the time.
Yeah.